Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever area of your chart that you're wanting to look at. If you're not familiar with your chart, there is a link in the description down below so that you can go and get yourself a free birth chart and learn where your moon, well, what you want to know is where your moon and where your rising signs are. Out of all of them, they're the, you know your sun sign already, so your moon and rising are the next most important ones. So as a general reading rules apply. Timing is far from absolute with any form of divination, and if someone else appears in this reading, it is possible I can get you and them mixed up, because the cards don't come with name tags, so I can think an energy is coming from you and it's actually going to you and vice versa. Doesn't happen very often, but in the last month's reading I could tell that it was going on, because it's one of those, I can see the energy going both ways. So it was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, so I finally see the reason for saying this. Now where these readings are different is that one, it either is for you or it isn't. There's a past, there's a past and a present in the spread. And if the past and the present don't fit, don't try and make it fit. Go and watch your rising sign, go and watch your moon sign. I can't possibly read and give a genuine reading for every single Aries. You know what I mean? It's okay, you're a small group. My viewing figures aren't that high, but nonetheless, still use your discernment. These tarot readings are here basically to tell you what you already know, confirm things for you. And I think there might be quite a bit of confirmation in this reading for somebody. The other thing is, I would like you to ask a question prior to the reading. So take a moment, pause the video if you have to, think about all of the questions that are around you and focus on one of them. But be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer whatever they please to, and not necessarily what you and I think are the most important questions. But focus on one of them. It gives energy to the process, which hopefully I will return to you. And if I don't return that energy to you, somehow the universe will. So other housekeeping about links down below. If you haven't seen my lunar eclipse readings yet, they are out, obviously, because this follows the lunar eclipse. But I also did a little bit of a couple of astrology shows with astrologer David Fischer about the lunar eclipse. Now, these are longer lasting energies. So this reading that I'm doing for you today is under that lunar eclipse energy. So it's something that it's well worth knowing about. Also, there's a link to the Facebook page for this group. It's got an inbox so you can contact me directly. It's got these videos being posted in case YouTube notifications ain't working so well. And I tend to post all of the astrology weather forecast type shows that I watch, so that you can learn along with me, basically. I try to make it a bit of a one-stop shop. Right, let me bring up the cards. Excuse me, I'll change camera. So, as I say, I think there's going to be confirmation here for somebody. Things are changing for you at the moment, Aries. There is something going ahead, something that you are surging forward with that you might not be aware, but this is the seeds of a new beginning. And the reason I say you might not be aware is this Ace of Leviathans, which is basically the Ace of Pentacles. One, it's in a hanger, pretty obviously, but two, it's on that line of that which is not necessarily obvious, I think is a good way to say it. It could be an underlying motive, it could be the machinations of spirit to move you in the right direction, but I think that you're too busy moving that you don't necessarily get the chance to see where you are, if that makes sense. Now, this movement is good. You're feeling really good about this. We've got 6 of Engines, which is basically equates to 6 of Wands. So, victory, feeling great. There's quite a sense of power with this 6 of Engines. So it's almost like even if you think you're not driving the situation as it is, you are the one you know that you are the one driving the situation. Like a ship has an engine room and a navigator. So the navigator can steer the ship, but it's the engine that drives the ship. And that's what I'm getting from this Six of Engines. There's like this sense of momentum. This is clarified by the Ten of Suns. So Ten of Suns, you can say that's the Ten of Wands. There is that sense of a burden, but with it being sunlight as well, I'm also getting that it's not a bad burden. It's a burden that you wanted. It's a burden that you know you will get results from, you will get a harvest from, you will get a return from if you are putting the work in, and if you take that burden seriously and do everything that is required of it. This is then with the King of Coins. So as you know, the King of Pentacles is all that, you know, house, clothes, car. But it's also, there's a really, really, really sound footing that you feel that you're on. Now, yes, that's true. And that is going to be tested. We've got the regeneration machine being like an astrological influence that you're coming into. Basically, this is, I was going to say it's a temperance card. No, it's not. It's the judgment card. It is with a very hint, ooh, and you've got the star underneath it. And with that, the King of Cups. So that all of this that's going on at the moment, this new beginning that I may be the one telling you that there is a new beginning going on, but there is a new beginning coming into being with what you are deciding right now, because you are in the process, or will soon be in the process of transforming yourself. Now, there's that sense of wish fulfillment with the star, you know, wish upon a star. But there's a sense of information that's distant, you know, like a drop of wisdom coming from the heavens. And when this is paired with the King of Cups, so, I mean, just on your first level, how much major arcana have you got? And you won't, if you're not familiar with this particular deck, you won't recognize. But we have the Aviatrix, which is the High Priestess. That's been and gone. Cosmic Blueprint, which sounds great, doesn't it? That's the world. We have Triumph being the Chariot. We have Brazenhead being Justice. We have Spirit Gauge, which is Temperance. Yeah, that's a lot of your major arcana, but it's still, that's quite a lot of major arcana on that top row. But this regeneration machine, in case I didn't mention that just then, another major arcana, there is, you have, oh, how can I, let's stick with this engine analogy. You have turned the keys in the ignition to something that is going to transform you. There's something that I mean, there's a sense of maybe some dreams that will be abandoned. And I'll tell you why. I mean, one, I'm thinking of my lunar eclipse reading where we had the Eight of Cups. I don't know if I've seen the Eight of Cups here, but I've only just done that other reading. It's really prominent in my mind, this Eight of Cups, for some reason. But two, we have Oya from the Dark Goddess Oracle. Now, Oya promises deliverance. Oya is a herald that things are coming to a conclusion. Now, if things are coming to a conclusion, that's great, because that's opening up the space for this new beginning coming in, because you need certain things to conclude. But what you are aiming for, we have the Cycles card from the Wisdom of the House of Night. That to me says that the matter that you are looking at, so say your question, the matter that you were looking at will come back again in a different shape, in a different circumstance, in a different way. And that, I think, is a good thing, because that will, in this different way, it enables you to better construct your answer to that, to whatever this question is, whatever this pressing need to know is. And I say pressing need to know referring to the question that I asked you to make at the start of the reading. But this is all very practical. As I says, King of Coins here. Also, we have from the angel area Malkut, the kingdom. This is the last stage on the tree of life before we get to earth, before we get to chair, table, person, house. And some would actually say that Malkut is that. I rather think it's more like the astral patterning of that, but you know, everyone's entitled to their own sort of interpretation. But the reason that I'm saying all of this as well is this row here. There's a curiosity going on within you, or there is a curiosity opening up within you at the moment. We have the Keeper of Whispers from the Mausolea Oracle. I love this oracle. This is a great little oracle. And nobody really knows what the Keeper of Whispers is on about, and he couldn't tell you if he tried. He's bonkers. He asks questions and he records everything in an indecipherable script that even if he can read it, he can't explain it to anybody. There's this driving need to know and to understand in a way that you may not be able to communicate to others. But one of the questions that is up on from the Dark Mirror Oracle, we have the Is This Me card. So it's, are you fitting into the space in the world that you are wanting to? But Oya here tells me that I think you're going to have those answers come soon. They're going to unfold, because we do have that, as I say, that regeneration machine, that judgment. You are going through a transformation, and asking these questions is part of that transformation for you. But be kind to yourself. Ooh, this is nice. Be kind to yourself. Spirit gauge. That's the Temperance card. Have that moment of balance. Things will come apparent at the appropriate time, you know, sort of, you've heard it all before, in divine timing. It's not that far away, so you know, you don't have to find that phrase as irritating as what it really can be. That is clarified by the Five of Suns, which to me, yeah, there's that sense of the Five of Wands of hotly contested debate, but there's also a holy man who seems to have tamed some weird beastie. I don't want to say infernal beast, because he actually looks like a king, but he looks like, it looks like a wolf with a king's head. And the holy man has the helmet of the Hierophant in his hand, but he's not putting it on. And it almost looks like he's considering whether to put it on to this king beast. So I'm seeing that as a mental debate, an internal debate, but I'm also seeing that as five suns, five, the number of challenge, of magic, of growth, of man. So if you've watched any of my readings before, you know I love the number 5. With that spirit gauge, it's like, yeah, take it slowly, take it gently, because with the Magician, you are coming into another major arcana. You're coming into a time where your actions and your thoughts are really, really powerful. And the first effect of your power that you need to be concerned with is how that power affects yourself. And then obviously how that power affects everybody else and everything else. But, you know, there's no point being able to shoot ray blasts from your hands if all you do is shoot through your foot. You know, so you've got to be aware of your own, how you can build yourself up or lower yourself down. So what this Word Lord card is about, so this is from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle. And the Word Lord talks about communication, praise and dishonesty. Now the Word Lord only speaks nice things, and that with that Magician card I'm thinking that, yeah, speak some nice things about yourself. So when you're saying, is this me? Focus on the things where you can say, yeah, that bit is me. And those things that you can't, that, you know, those things that you go, ooh, I don't like that bit, I don't want that bit, that's not me, I don't like how I acted here, or I don't like how I feel there. Ignore them, dismiss them. And I don't mean that to trivialize them, but if you are constantly thinking, I'm crap because I'm angry at this, I'm crap because I'm angry at this, stop thinking about the this, so it stops being angry, so you stop feeling crap about being angry, and think about how, you know, say good things to yourself. Think about how you want to replace that anger. Now we have from the Tarot of the Angels, that's it. We have the Sexual Gregory, which I think turned up for you in, oh no, it couldn't have done, I wasn't using that deck, but that it's the same message as what came through in the lunar eclipse reading for you, Aries. There's this chance of passion coming in. Now with the when I say passion, it could be a bit of AA, how's your father, but it could also be finding something that you are really, really, really passionate about. But I think that passion's already there with that forward motion of the Chariot, the Triumph card. Remember, we've got Triumph as the Chariot here, and then Six of Wands, Six of Engines right down here. Things are going well. Enjoy the momentum, because it is a momentum that you will profit from, and one that is really going to expand your horizons somewhat, which I suppose makes a lot more sense of that Keeper of the Whispers, which is telling me half the information that you're taking on board right now is, if you was to think about it too hard, you'd be going, what? That doesn't make sense. And if you're taking it on board, no wonder there is a bit of you going, is this me? Really? I think on certain aspects, the answer is going to be yes, because this is a healing time for you. This is what Habuhia here is saying. But it's something that you do necessarily have to fight through to gain that healing, which is what, I don't know how to pronounce that one. Haiel is this one is promising. There's some really, really nice energies there, and this is a path, what this cosmic blueprint is telling me, normally the World card, but I want to accept it on face value. I want to look at that idea of a cosmic blueprint, which is Two of Stars, which is Two of Swords, but it's more about balance and seeking justice and seeking. Ooh, okay, this is not what I was expecting to go with this, and I should probably look this card up. But I'm getting more the impression of seeking some form of kindred, some form of you know, like a like mind or a member of your tribe, whatever that may mean. You know, there's, you know, when you have found your tribe. And interestingly, tribe isn't always family and family isn't always tribe, but normally there's a little bit of crossover because if you meet your tribe, one or two of them become family. Um, but a tribe, in the way I'm meaning it, is more a movement. It's more like a period in life, whereas the family are just there, full stop. But this is a sense of finding balance by finding people who are similar to affinity. That's the word I want to use, who have an affinity with aspects of yourself. Because these two people on this Two of Stars card, they are different. I mean, for one, one's a lot older than the other. So there's that sense of kindred spiritness. And also maybe that sense of not so much the torch being passed, but as in, yeah, you're carrying that torch, so am I. You know, there's, and this, with that cosmic blueprint, this is something that has been set into motion recently, and it's caused some conflict. It's caused quite a bit of combat, and that you have been tempted to cut somebody out due to the arguments that have come from this. You've been tempted to go, yeah, I'm not doing this. Now, it doesn't tell me whether this new influence with where you have the affinity, whether that's the person that you've been tempted to cut out, or whether it's more a long-term person who has been around in your life for ages and doesn't like the arrival of this new one. Could be either or. Let's have a look. But with all this new beginning energy, I'm rather thinking that it's the person with the affinity to you has, if not stayed around, had quite an impact on you. You know, sort of helped a penny drop in your head so that all the cogs are now turning and you're like, I may not see the end of this path, but I know I've got to go down this path. I've got to ask these specific questions. Alchemist, card number 16. Interesting. That's also 16 of... No, it's not. It's 14, you numpty. Yes, I can read Roman numerals. So, Alchemist is the King of Globes. So again, there's that sense of transformation within the earthly realm. So we are not just even we're not talking about a spiritual transformation. I mean, we may well be talking about a spiritual transformation. It's alchemy that always involves spirit, but we're talking as above, so below. That if there is a transformation here going on that has begun within you. It's not that I'm saying, oh, you're about to go into a transformation. No, you're already aware that this transformation is going, and you may be not so aware about where it's leading, but I think that you are interested in where it's leading. But there are traps along the way, but you're feeling quite confident about facing those traps. We also have the Angel of Discernment here, which is showing me that you are able to negotiate the various traps along the way. But this is it looks like a really, really empowering journey that you're on. Even though, now where did I get these cards from? So recently there was some information that came to you that caused a stripping away of something. So this is a Tower card, but it's been and gone. This is a recent Tower event where something has been stripped away I'm feeling in a good way. Yes, because here we have Master of Moons, Seven of Submersibles, which indicates Seven of Cups. But in this deck, it's not just, oh, I've got options. It's that I need to explore these options. I need to look into them. I need to feel them. If I stand in that current of water, is it warm or is it cold? Can I keep my footing or do I risk being swept away? And I feel that you've gone through all those options. You've had the balance. There's certain things where you've just gone, yeah, I'm not thinking about that anymore. I'm heading this way. Because you can keep asking the questions, but you're feeling really, really quite positive about where you're going with this. I've just noticed the time and I am still waffling. So let's have a look. Other people are recognizing the changes that you are going through and that you really are coming to a point of exaltation. You are, and what I mean by exaltation, I'm thinking about it in the astrological sense. You know, this is the Prince of Suns, but I'm thinking that you're not only you, you're really, really good at being you at the minute, and people are seeing that you are coming into that power. The Magician card here, Three of Wands. This is interesting because I feel like there is someone around you that feels, that you feel may be an obstacle to you, but more it's that they're spending time admiring your dance and they are helping your forward motion. So let's have a look. The Fool, the Magician. Okay, so one of your worries, this is a weird worry for an Aries, but one of your worries that you may be expressing a little bit too much of your power and you're not sure where all this is going to take you and whether you're being foolish and just going to end up with nothing. But this Magician card with the Messenger of Vengeance, it's almost the whole point of this journey is the unknown, is the fact that you don't know where you're going to end up. But it ends up, I feel, in quite a good place, certainly a self-discovery journey. So this is definitely the theme of the month for you. Self-discovery of your role in the world, self-discovery of, I think, relationships, what you want to know about within relationships, and you know what you also turn around and go, yeah, I don't need to know that. You know, because we all have our boundaries. But this sexual Grigori, especially with the Is This Me card, there's a lot of, I'm not going to say questioning identity or anything like that, but it's more like exploring identity and polishing bits of it that you haven't polished before. Just to go, hey world, I found a new bit of me. Here it is, you know, and see, it's all nice and polished and clean. Okay, that was probably visually not the best metaphor, but you know, there's so much new coming here, and this Five of Staves, together with, as the final outcome card, together with the Papess. So you've started with the High Priestess in the past, you're finishing with the High Priestess in the future. So Aviatrix, Papess, both High Priestess cards. With Messenger of Airships, so that's Page of Swords, but there's that sense of launching out into a whole unknown. You're launching out into new, but you are launching out into new with a sense of purpose. There's a sense of this Messenger of Airships, all these hopes and fears that you got with the Fool card in the hopes and fears pile. There's still, I feel that she's about to spring off the wing of this airship, dive into the air, and she doesn't know whether she's going to succeed or not. But oh my God, we're doing this. You know, and that's the feeling that I'm getting from this. Oh my God, we're doing this. And with the Five of Staves, this particular one, it's less the mental debate and more a resolution of debate. If you look, the five characters here are speaking over some form of document or scroll. It's almost, it's not a debate about where they're going to go. It's a crossing the I's, dotting the T. Sorry, I always say that. Dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Let's have a look. There's the potential future. High Priestess. So all three High Priestesses in a lovely triangle motion tending towards the future. The Chariot again. Stay on the path of what you're doing at the moment. You are going into new territory. It will be a balancing act, but just be careful to have, I want you to feel this wonderful about yourself and this victorious and this rah on the inside. But here, 4 of stars here indicates, which is 4 of wands, indicates a commitment, but also it is somebody washing somebody else's feet. So there's that element of humility. There's that element of, I'm reminded immediately, I suppose, of the age-old story of Jesus washing his disciples' feet. But what I actually think is that this picture is supposed to be Mary Magdalene washing Jesus's feet. So there's that humble but really, really intimate offering of dreams and emotions, dreams that you are setting up now. You near as damn it know where you're headed, as in the direction. You don't know the destination yet, but I think with that Angel of Discernment, the Sexual Rigori, the Keeper of Whispers, all of these are indicating that you're on a good path. If you still have questions that are you asking questions about you, then you are on the right path. Keep going with it. But just remember that, yes, you should still keep asking questions, but they need to be new questions. Each question needs an answer and then move on to the next question. But I really like where you end up. And where you end up, I think, is going to be a tremendous feat. Maybe a victory, but more to the point, a tremendous feat that you will be attempting. And all this that's going on now is girding you for that feat. And so there's that emotional? There's a tightrope to walk. I won't say emotional. There's a tightrope to walk between I'm ace and the humility aspect, for you to really get the success that you are looking for. But if you can have humility and confidence at the same time, that is the way you get your healing. That is the way. It is your job in this role to be divine warrior. That's what Ha'il. Oh no, Ha'il. Sorry, is saying here with the divine warrior card. But this is a time for you to change your life. It is a inexorable process. It is not a race car going meow, even though you feel that you are. The change that is occurring in your life is the change that oh no, not bulldozer, what do you call them? Steamroller. What a steamroller brings. You know, you've got all the rough whatever you call it, wherever you are. So tarmac, asphalt, road surfacing, whatever. And it's all rough and jagged and bumpy and what have you. And the steamroller comes across it and it cannot be stopped. And it will leave a perfect trail. And that is what you are doing. That's what I could call the reading. Leaving a perfect trail. This is beautiful, Aries. There is a lot of fun here. I've given you no answers whatsoever, other than to say keep going. But if you understand this any better than I do, please do comment down below so that it at least I can know I've not been talking a load of nonsense for way too long now. So I will wish you all the best. Keep posting for more readings. Obviously, please like, share, subscribe, and yeah, see you next readings. Cheers. Now go watch your rising sign and your moon sign.